Hello and welcome back. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to work with open-ended answers in Google Forms. In this tutorial, we're going to be using a worksheet, which is actually a scanned page taken from a textbook. On a Windows computer, press the Windows key, Shift and S at the same time. This allows you to create a snippet of your screen and store it as an image. In the bottom right corner of the screen, there is a preview of the snip that you just created. Click on the preview to open. Save the file and repeat the process for other sections of the worksheet. On a Mac computer, the workflow is going to be slightly faster. To create a snip of the screen, hold Command, Shift, and 4, and then select the area that you would like to snip. By default, these snips or screenshots are stored to the desktop. Here is a preview of what the snips should look like. Once we have the images that we would like to use in our quiz, open the classroom and go to the class that you would like to assign a quiz. Click on the Classwork tab. Click Create and select Quiz Assignment. Give the assignment a title and instructions. Set the number of points and add the topic. Make sure that grade reporting is turned on. Click on Blank Quiz to start adding questions to the form. This is going to open a new tab in your browser. Give the form a title. For an open answers quiz, the teacher has to manually review all the questions because there are many ways of writing the same answer. For example, a student could add a space before or after the answer, and the form would read those two answers as different. Make sure that later after manual review is enabled. For this quiz, we can add a theme and change the font. Add instructions. In the tile on the right, clicking the plus icon adds a question. But we can also add an image by clicking on the image icon. We can drag and drop the file to upload it to the form. You also have the option of giving the image a title or leaving it as blank. We can add a video by clicking the Add Video icon. And this would be useful if you would like to use a video to introduce a topic or recap certain concepts that were taught in class. You cannot upload the video from your computer. It has to be from an online source such as YouTube. If the video is on YouTube, you can search for it by typing the video's name. Alternatively, you can copy the URL of the video that you would like to use. Remember that you can reposition tiles by dragging them up or down after you click this handle in the top center of the tile. Click on Preview to see how the video and picture will be displayed in the quiz. Close the preview and let's start adding questions to the quiz. Click the plus icon in the tile on the right of your screen. Select Short Answer as the question type. Click the image icon and drag the image of the first question onto the screen. Select Required for the question type and then click on Answer key. Type the answer that you want for this question and set the number of points for the correct answer. Click Done when finished. Repeat the process for the remaining questions on the worksheet. Now that we are finished, we can preview the quiz to see how it works. 2 sets of balloons. 4 sets of 2 cakes. 2 sets of 4 legs. 5 sets of 2 hands. 3 sets of 4 legs. 2 sets of 5 fingers. 2 sets of 2 tricycles. 6 sets of 2 oranges. Click Submit when done. Now that I am finished, the form is giving me the option to submit another form. This means that I forgot to limit the quiz to 1 response per student. We can do that now. Return to Settings and click on Responses. Make sure Limit to 1 response is selected. To manually correct the quiz, click on Responses and you are presented with 3 tabs. Above the tabs, you have the option to stop taking responses. If you turn that off, students will not be able to submit the quiz even if the deadline has not passed. There is a Summary tab that allows you to see a summary of how the students performed. It is going to show you the average, median, and the range. The Individual tab allows you to correct an individual student's work. You can use the drop-down arrow to select a particular student. The Questions tab will allow you to see all of the responses for one question from the entire class at once, and you can decide if to give the students the mark if their response is different from yours. I prefer to view the answer key so that I can see the question that I am about to correct. There are only 2 students in this class, which means there will only be 2 responses to this question. Google Form had issues trying to understand the first answer. The first answer is correct, but the student wrote it in a different way. Google Form was smart enough to understand the second answer because the response was the exact same thing that I typed. In this case, I can give the student the mark and hit Save. The arrow at the bottom can be used to advance to the next question. In this question, I made a mistake with my expected answer. The correct answer is 5 sets of 2 hands, but the form was expecting 5 sets of 4 hands. Neither student got the answer correct, but if we look at the answers that were supplied, they are both correct. Correcting open answer individual responses is nowhere as quick as a multiple choice quiz where the answers are fixed and there is no variation in responses. Once you have finished correcting all responses, you can return to the summary page and release the scores. Return to Google Classroom and assign the quiz to your class. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, hit share, like, or subscribe to see more tutorials.